Today, I'm going to be talking about how to block adult sites using PFSense. Now, in my career, I've had to do a lot of work in firewalls and setting up blocks on networks to stop users from accessing certain types of content. Now, if you're in IT, I'm sure that you've had a similar experience, and if you're getting into IT, you're going to have that experience. One of the things that I like about PFSense is that in itself, its default self, it's very powerful, does benefit from additional packages being added. And so the package that we're going to be adding is PF Blocker. If you've never added PF Blocker, the way to do that is actually go to System and go to Package Manager. And your PFSense does need to have internet access. And so you can go to Available Packages, and you are going to, at this point, search for the package that you want, and if you can see it in the selection menu, that means you have internet access, and you can just go ahead and install it. It's super duper quick. Highly recommend PF Blocker. Honestly, if you're going to install PFSense, PF Blocker should be the very first package that you install on this system because it's so simple to set up and so powerful. I'm going to show you two different techniques using PF Blocker to go ahead and restrict access to adult sites. Let's go into PF Blocker. Now, there's a lot of settings within PF Blocker, and the nature of this video isn't to go into all of the details of PF Blocker. That's not what this one's about. This one's specifically about blocking a particular type of content. Very first page for general, if you're going to want to use PF Blocker, you're going to need to enable it. So go ahead and click that, and then we're going to head over to this spot right here, DNSBL. Head over here. We're shown our three key sections. We need to have a couple things enabled, and then we're going to jump to a different section. Make sure that you've enabled DNSBL. Good. We want to use this thing, so we got to enable it. And then we also want to have wildcard blocking top level domain. This one's really important because a lot of domains also have a subdomain, and if you're not blocking that subdomain, users are going to be able to access the subdomain and sort of get around the block that you've put in. Enable this, and all the subdomains are also going to be blocked. The two paths, let's start with the first one. We are going to fly over to category here. Inside of category, we have some pre-made lists that are provided to us in PF Blocker. Both of these are great lists. There's a ton of domains that can be blocked in here. If I want to use the blacklists, I'm going to have to enable it. So we're going to go ahead and enable, and the blacklists that are selected are these two right here. Let's go ahead and check out some of the settings that we can do for these. Language, English, yep. If you want to set the update, go for it. This is so that if the people that are in charge of this list add anything new to the list, you could go in there and have an update, which is good. And then you don't have to manually go in there and do that. Logging enabled. Honestly, it's a firewall. We should be logging. We should be knowing which users are going to which sites that are no sites. But let's go down. And so we've got some things that we can open up here. So the Shala list. Let's open up that. And inside of here, we have a whole bunch of options. And if we scroll down, I'm sure we will see hacking. All right. Whatever that means. Let's go down, and we're going to find the adult stuff. So we have found that. Oh, and it says it's a large collection. So now we've selected that. Let's go down and let's look at the UT1 list. And then we have another selection of adult sites here. We're going to select that. Great. And if there's anything else you don't want your users to get to, then go ahead and select that. I think we're good here, honestly, and we're going to save it. Perfect. Whenever you do a big change in PF Blocker like this, you do need to go to the update section, and you're going to run the update just to confirm that the changes that you've made have taken place. This may take a minute or two, so I'm just going to skip to when it's done and go ahead with the second method. Wow, so that update actually took quite a bit of time, and that's okay. Go back to DNSBL. We're gonna stay actually in this default section here. And so what we need to do is actually head on down to our blacklist. So our top level domain blacklist. So we're going to open this up, and in this spot you can actually make your own custom list. So let's do a test. We're gonna test a domain, and we're gonna curl a random website that I randomly found, and we can see that we can get to that website. We're gonna add that website to our blacklist, and we're going to save this. And typically you do another update when you made a change. So go ahead and update that again. Okay, so we've completed the update. I'm gonna actually navigate to that website through my browser and see if we can get there. It's just gonna hang there. So we know that we can actually block high-level domains. Why don't we go and add even more to our blacklist here? You can go online and you can find massive lists of domains that like-minded professionals have put together. Websites on GitHub. Here's one that you could go to. It has lots of different stuff in there. It has lots of websites to block. And so what I've done is I've actually copied all of those domains to block and saved them here. So let's go ahead and paste this list in here, and we've added about 2,800 domains in here. We're gonna go hit save. This is a very quick and simple way to restrict access to particular types of content on the internet for your local area network. See you later. Bye.